The UAW's top priority is the health and safety of every one of its members. Safety in the workplace cannot be stressed enough. Injuries and fatalities cannot be considered an acceptable way of life. We must work together to make workplace injuries and fatalities a thing of the past. Every year we remember those members who have fallen victim to workplace accidents on Workers' Memorial Day. Sadly, we lost 2 UAW brothers due to job-related fatalities at FCA plants in 2015. Today we remember our brothers from Local 7, Jefferson North Assembly Plant, Don Meggie and Lee Duncan. Workers' Memorial Day is a time to reflect and a time to renew our commitment to health and safety. Remember, health and safety is everyone's responsibility. Safety must be a team effort. Commitment must be consistent throughout our organizations. Leadership must collectively accept the responsibility of having the procedural mechanisms in place, along with the acceptable countermeasures to create and maintain a safe work environment for all of our members.
Each year, on April 28th, on the anniversary of the implementation of the Occupational Safety and Health Act, we take time to honor and remember those workers who have experienced an injury or fatal accident while on the job. While our safety performance continues to improve at FCA, we still have plenty of work to do to achieve our goal of 0 injuries. We have the opportunity to identify hazards, reduce risk, and eliminate accidents in our manufacturing plants, distribution centers, engineering and design operations, and all of our other locations. All accidents are avoidable. While it is critical for us at FCA to continue to build better quality vehicles and have more efficient operations, the number 1 priority is to practice world-class safety every day. Our most important goal must be the safety of our employees, contractors, and guests. An accident-free workplace is a very challenging task. However, it can be done. It requires the UAW and FCA continually working together to improve our existing programs to ensure we have the right safety policies, procedures, and training in place. It also requires each and every one of us to consistently follow the required safety protocols established for our operations, since our safety and the safety of others depends on it. By implementing the principles of world-class manufacturing and world-class logistics, together we can achieve benchmark safety performance. So as we take the time to reflect on those that have experienced an accident in the workplace, remember that safety is everyone's responsibility. Whether at work, at home, on vacation, or anywhere, please always be safe. Our families, friends, and our company are counting on us.
Safety is just the core of people. You want to make sure that people are safe, they're well taken care of, and it's a culture.
Well, safety is my responsibility, but that's my answer, and I think that should be everybody's answer.
We have other guidelines, of course, as management to look at when we look at employees, but safety has got to be the number 1 for every employee.
You know, when I think of health and safety, the first thing that comes to my mind is the number 1. It's the number 1 pillar in the WCM, methodology, and it should be the number 1 concern of everybody on the floor.
WCM, the first pillar, safety. It's not by accident. If you have people that come to work and don't feel safe, you're not going to get productivity. You're not going to get quality.
I want to be safe going to work, want to be safe at work, and want to be safe going home.
When we feel that something's not safe, then it's our responsibility to report that so that it can get fixed.
It's a shock to everybody when there's a fatality, and everybody also gets, heightened on their own job as to what are the hazards in my job? Can I be exposed to something serious?
I can tell you personally, it's the most gut-wrenching experience you're ever going to experience. It's a personal feeling. It's the most catastrophic feeling. It's the death of a family member. And think about how you feel when you lose a loved one. It's tragic, it's gut-wrenching. it disrupts your life and it disrupts the entire business. It's a tragedy that's really hard to explain. It's a personal feeling that never goes away.
It's sad because now a mother, a daughter, a son doesn't have a father to come home to. It's sad. A brother's lost. You can't replace that. And I feel for them.
The nice thing about the deep dive team is they're in here looking at it from a different perspective, and they're looking at opportunities as a whole. They're not here to point the finger and say that, hey, that's wrong. What they're looking to do is say, okay, we noticed a couple different things in a couple areas, and it seems to be a common problem. And here's what we're recommending that you do because this is what's worked for us at other facilities.
I think WCL has given us the tools to be able to be more proactive as opposed to reactive. I think in the past, we would have an injury, we would investigate, and there was a more reactive response as opposed to now. We proactively try to find ways to prevent injuries.
And the other thing that I'm excited about is our coil rundown station. It's literally a million configurations, so now it can fit the body type. So if you're tall, we can handle it. If you're short, we can handle it. If you're wide, we can handle that too. And it makes it easier, and we've got good, dynamic, solid, positive feedback from the group that, hey, I really like this. And if they really like it, well, you're on track.
We now have sort tables, which bring the product up to the employee, which alleviates a lot of the back problems, the strains. We've created barriers that protect the employees so that vehicles no longer are in the area so they can't get hit by any PIV equipment. Another measure we've just piloted is we used to have a yellow flashing light on all the equipment. Well, now we've implemented a new blue LED light which shoots about 6 feet ahead of the vehicle. So when that vehicle's coming down that aisle, there's no mistaking that vehicle's coming down, and it's hopefully gonna reduce the amount of near misses or injuries that we have in this facility.
When it comes to health and safety, you always gonna have your challenges, right? But it's our responsibility as we get those challenges, we identify them to make sure they get addressed. And when you get them addressed, you gotta make sure you can't say, you can't tell me, okay, Donald, it's been done. No, I wanna see that it's done.
Work safe, follow the safety rules, the PIV rules, the safety vest, your PPE, they're there to help protect us and keep us safe. They're not there to get you in trouble or to harass you.
If you think something's not safe, call somebody. Get somebody else's opinion. Find out before you make a mistake.
All right, 0 should be your baseline. 0 and then you consecutive days and months and years of 0. Yeah, 0 has definitely got to be your baseline.
Your life and your well-being is more important than your job.
Because we all have to look out for each other. If something happens to one of us, it happens to all of us.
Safety is absolutely a way of life. It's not a class, it's not a part, it is life.
As you know, 2015 was a contract year for the UAW-FCA US. During contract negotiations, there was no topic more important than the health and safety of our workforce. Our joint health and safety teams worked tirelessly to develop new strategies in order to further enhance the safety and well-being of all our people and all our facilities. We are committed to your safety, and we need each and every person to be mindful of the importance of working safely in our plants every minute of every day. It is often not apparent how important a safety program is. However, a near miss, an injury, or worse, a fatal accident quickly reminds us of how critical safety is to all of us. Please take the time today to think about those who have been impacted by an accident or fatality at work. Whether it was you, a fellow employee, or a friend, think about what could have been done to prevent that situation. Accidents can and do happen, but it's our collective responsibility to avoid unsafe acts and report unsafe conditions. So if you are a production employee on the assembly line, or an electrician in a paint shop, or a supervisor in a powertrain plant, an engineer in an office, or a fork truck driver in a parts distribution center, our number one priority at work every day is safety. This is a time to reflect on the accidents that have happened, and also a time to renew our commitment to following all the provisions of the safety programs currently in place. If you see an opportunity to improve safety, please be sure to communicate it. We need the support of all our people, both union and management, to achieve our goal of 0 injuries. Please be mindful of proper safety procedures with every move you make, whether at work or at home, and encourage others to do the same. Thank you.
Members must realize they are a vital facet of the safety process. The commitment to keeping a safe workforce does not stop with the union and management leadership. It is a shared effort amongst every member every day. We must all be involved in taking responsibility for our own safety and the safety of those around us. So please join me in remembering those we have lost with a renewed commitment to health and safety.